am joined by one of my friends, Taylor Porter, who plays Division I softball at the University of Illinois. Taylor, I am so glad you're here. Thank you for coming on. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on today.
Okay, so I think just to start us off, for the people who don't know you and don't know your story, just say a little bit about that and how'd you end up playing D1 softball at Illinois?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Texas, and I kind of always knew that Texas wasn't really where I wanted to play college softball. I kind of wanted to branch out a little bit. Um, I got in touch with the coaches, pretty early on into my recruiting process, and once September 1st hit, which of my junior year, which is when coaches can like officially reach out and like have you come on a visit. They reached out, we started communication. I came on a visit here and I knew it was the place for me and I committed pretty quick, canceled all the rest of my visits, kind of shut down communication with everyone else, and I just kind of knew that this was the place.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what is something that people think they know about D1 athletes that's actually not true?
Ooh. Um, I would say, that's a really good question.
Throw a wrench at her.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really hard for people who aren't student athletes to really like understand like our like the time that we put into it, like not even when
Mhm.
it comes to like practicing or lifting or anything like that, like stuff that like we have to do. Like there's so much that I have to put into it like on my own, especially with like the mental side of things. Like it's more than just the sport and like practicing for the sport, practicing for the game. Like there's so much that comes with it. Like we're more than just like it's more than just being like a student athlete. Like there's so many things like I have to worry about like my nutrition, like I have to really focus on my mental side because like if that's not good, then like my performance isn't going to be where it needs to be. So I would say it's definitely more than just the playing aspect and the practicing aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure. Can you explain more about the mental side of the game of softball? Because I know it's a lot, but
Yeah.
everyone else probably doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, if you know, like, if you've ever played softball, if you know softball or even baseball, like, it is a sport of failure. Like, you are going to fail more than you succeed. And, that's really hard at times. But yeah, I would say just like really like tuning into like the mental side of things. Like, it's really important, especially as you get older, especially as like, you get into college. Like, when you play high school or when you play like travel ball, like, there's so many less factors that you have to think about. But like when you get to college or on the big screen, people are watching you. People unfortunately will make comments about you or comments about your team. So like just really like staying tunnel vision and like staying true to yourself and like just knowing like at the end of the day, like I'm more than a student athlete. Like I'm Taylor Porter, the softball player. I'm not the softball player Taylor Porter. But yeah, I would just say like I've like we also have a ton of resources, which is really nice, like different like sports psychologists that we can talk to. We do a lot of like it's we call it M&M, mindfulness and meditation before a game, just to like really get in tune with how we're feeling, how we're doing. I would say that's really helpful as well.
Okay. And then how do you balance being a student athlete and then still having a personal life?
It does definitely get hard at times, I will say. Because like I said, like there's so many more things that I have to put into the sport than like just going to practice or lift or whatever team event we have. Um, but just like at the beginning of the week, we get our schedule and just like kind of planning accordingly, like with class, like knowing like, okay, I have to do this at this time, this at this time, but I have time here to go and do something. And like if something does free up for me, I try to like do something with that, like whether it's like going out to eat with friends or I'm really big on taking walks. Um,
Mhm.
and now that I have a dog, I'm gonna be on even more
Yeah, you
walks.
got to do a
But
lot more.
yes, but I mean, it definitely is hard, but like it's still doable. I still try and find my time. Like a lot of us do stuff together when we have off days or when we have like breaks and stuff. Like I'd say we do a good job of like coming together and like kind of putting softball to the side and focusing on like things that make us happy.
Okay, awesome. That's all I have for you for now. I'll pass it off to whoever wants to go next.
I want to flash back to high school. You know, you didn't recruit. You talked about shutting your recruiting process down after you went to Illinois. How did
Mhm.
you approach the media during that time? I know I played football. I got recruited. Didn't go anywhere. But I know Twitter was a big thing for football. You know, posting film, talking to
Yes.
coaches. Talk about that with softball.
Yeah, so I posted a ton on Twitter. Like Twitter was my thing, I would say. We had a thing called Sports Recruit too. It's kind of like a huddle. So I would post a ton of videos on there, but that was more like game film, I would say, whereas like Twitter, I kind of would post things to like also like show off my personality a little bit. But yeah, I was very big on posting on Twitter weekly, sometimes like twice a week. Um, I also sent a ton of emails to coaches. Like I could email coaches through Sports Recruit, which was nice. So I sent a ton of emails through that. It was kind of nice to let me know like if a coach viewed my profile. So I kind of knew who was interested in a way if they were looking at my stuff. Um, but yeah, I would say Sports Recruit and Twitter were my biggest things that oh, and I also went to a ton of camps, I would say. Like the camps also helped with like my exposure to other coaches.
Gotcha. I know in the modern society we live in with sports, you know, you see a lot of athletes, especially at the college level, doing, you know, the day in the life, TikTok videos, stuff like that. Do you or
Yes.
any of your teammates do that type of stuff?
So, yes, I try to. I was very big on vlogging and I would post Kensley and I would actually make a ton of them my senior year of high school, but
Hmm.
it's gotten a little bit harder. But like when we like I posted one this year and it was like a travel day vlog because like we had a really packed day. I was like, if I'm gonna post anything, like it'll be this day. So I mean, it's nothing spectacular. Like I don't edit them very well. I just like I'm filming and I'm like, this is what I'm doing, y'all. But no, I definitely do. We have some girls who will do the same thing, but they'll do like a slideshow of pictures, like
Yeah,
day in life, and then they'll like put pictures for everything that they do.
yeah.
Those vlogs in high school were so fun.
Yes, they're
The only
the
part I
best.
enjoyed about high school
Drew, I need
softball.
you to find clips of that, okay? I need you to
Oh
patch
yeah,
those in
yeah.
right here.
I'll
Okay.
put it in the editing actually.
Okay.
I'll find
That's
one.
perfect.
Yes.
That's perfect. Taylor, something I asked normally every athlete that we've had on here, that's still in college. How do you approach NIL? Whether you have deals, your teammates have deals, is how has that changed?
I will say it's a little nerve-wracking. Um, I have like an agent that I use and stuff who, can help me get deals or whatever it is. Like sometimes I'll just get things sent to me, which is really nice. But I will say that the NIL side of things is a little nerve-wracking just because there are so many rules to it. Um, we have to use this like website where we like punch in everything that we do, like the money that we make from it, the product that we'll be posting or the product that we'll be using, like stuff like that. And that gets a little scary to think about because like if I do it wrong or if like I don't put enough in, like it's just I don't want to deal with like the repercussions of it. So it's not something that I'm very big on. Like if I have the opportunity to do something with NIL, I'm going to. But I would say I don't really like put myself out there. Other athletes definitely do. Like I know some of the volleyball players here, like they're very big with their NIL, like the brand deals that they do, like they're pretty big. Obviously, like football, they make their own NIL, whereas like the softball team here, like we don't have access to that. So it's more like on your own, like through an agent. But no, it's definitely a little nerve-wracking to say the least. And like also like the rules that come with it, like depending on like what the company wants you to do, like how many times they want you to post or what they want you to post. Like it's just I like my own freedom of, what I can post.
For sure. I know you said that you have an agent that, you know, helps you with that. When you sign those deals and you have those deals, like you said, the companies will want you to post a certain amount. Is that something that your agent, you know, stays on with you, like being like, hey, we have to have this out by then, or they just kind of set it up and the rest is on you?
Yeah, no, he's normally the one that tells me like you need to post this day, or like there was one deal that I had where he was like, you need to post twice a month.
Okay.
So whenever it is that you want to post, whether it's something on Instagram, whether it's something on TikTok. I'm definitely bigger on like the TikTok side. That's where I have my most followers. So I'm like more open to posting on TikTok than like I would on like Instagram. Instagram, I don't have anything for NIL out there. Not saying I'm opposed. I would love to like, do a brand deal and be able to post on Instagram. But like I would say with most of the companies I've worked with, I've had a little bit of like leeway with like where I can post and what I can post, which has been nice. But yeah, no, my agent does a good job of like letting me like I'll get like he'll give me the full rundown of like what it is that I'm posting, what I need to post it and stuff like that.
First of all, Taylor, thank you so much for joining us. We
Yes,
we
of
all really
course.
appreciate you for coming on. And you being from Illinois, I gotta ask this question. I don't know how much you follow men's basketball, but
Yep.
recently Illinois made this crazy run to the Final Four for the first time in so many years. Just
Mhm.
what was campus like during the whole stretch?
I will say it was a little heartbreaking because when we won the game against Iowa to send us to the Final Four, we were off campus for games.
Yep.
So like we have this like tradition where we storm Alma, which is like our statue. So literally like I mean if you were to look it up, like it's insane. Like everyone is rushing like after we won the game, like everyone was rushing to Alma to like take pictures and whatever. So softball definitely had a little bit of FOMO, but no, I mean it was insane. Like everything was packed. Like even this past weekend for the Final Four game, like I will say like Illinois, like we have a very strong fan base, especially for our basketball team, because this is the first time I think in 21 years that we've made it to the Final Four, and like it was just insane, and like we know how hard that those guys work, so like we were just like happy for them that they made it that far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's truly incredible that y'all made it there as well. And my next question for you is going from your freshman year to your sophomore year, what do you think, like on a softball basis and on a life basis? We can go both of those. What do you think you learned the most from like your freshman year of playing softball on a collegiate level?
Everyone is really good. Um, High school, I was always kind of like one of the
The
better
best one
ones.
can confirm.
Like I never really struggled with like thinking I wasn't good enough because I had confidence in myself. Not saying that I don't, but like you get to this level and everyone is really good. And it's great. Like it's a great thing because I have people pushing me like in ways that I've never been pushed before. But I'll say that was a big adjustment. Like first day of practice, I was like, wow, some of these girls are really legit. Like I've never been around this before. And I would also say time management has been a really big thing. My freshman year was kind of nice. We had study hall hours, so we had to get 8 hours a week. Um, where we're in like our academic building. You sit there, you do your homework. That was really nice, just like setting me up to like plan accordingly. Especially for this year. Like this year, I would say like my time management is way better just with like the resources I had last year. But yeah, time management and everyone being extremely good.
And then transitioning to that, moving on to this season, what are you looking to most like contribute to this team that you think you didn't have last year?
Um, I would say this year I'm really focusing on like being the best teammate that I can possibly be. I'm more of a role player, so like I go in when needed. So like if I'm not playing, like I'm doing the best that I can, to like push the people that are playing. I'm an outfielder, so I have these like spray charts of where the players like the offensive side, like the batters where they hit the ball. So I'm like kind of relaying that like to the outfielders that are playing. So I'd say like that's something that I take pride in. Like I want to get my outfielders in the right spot. But yeah, I would just say like really focusing on being the best teammate that I can and like really just like being present so that I can be the best teammate.
That's awesome. And then last question for you. What's the best thing about being friends with Kensley? Gotta ask.
Um, well, I love her humor, first of all. Her humor is great. She will tell you how it is straight up. But she's also like, I would say, at least for me, she has a little bit of a soft spot for me. So I can like, I never had an issue with like not feeling like I could tell her anything. Like she was always very open and like we kind of like had it like I could tell her anything and I knew I wasn't gonna get judged. But she also would keep me in check a little bit, tell me what I wanted to hear even if I didn't really want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just thought that we understood each other really well.
Aw.
Kensley, I'll guess I'll flip it to you as well. What is your favorite thing about Taylor? I'll make it a little sweet moment.
Let me think. Hmm. I'd say she's super loyal. She's always gonna be there for you, no matter what. Once again, I always felt like I could tell her anything, and she wasn't gonna judge me either.
So true.
Love you, girl.
Love you.
Taylor, that's all I got. Thank you so much. Whoever
Yes,
wants to
of course.
speak next, you have the floor.
So Taylor, I'm from Chicago, so I
Oh,
grew up an
wow.
Illinois fan. But coming from Texas, tell me a little bit about that weather transition that you probably went through.
Yeah, definitely something. I still struggle with it. But we have our lucky parka, our athlete parka that we get, and that really that gets me through the winter. But no, it's definitely a big change. I've never seen this much snow in my life. But I will say the cold here is different than the cold in Texas. The cold in Texas, it's worse in a way. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it is. So sometimes
It's
the
because
cold
you're not
here,
expecting it. You don't
yes,
expect it to be cold in Texas.
yeah. And I don't know, like, and I would say too, like Chicago, obviously, like very windy.
Mhm.
It's not as windy here, which is nice. It's just freezing.
Yeah.
But I've definitely gotten used to it. Unfortunately, a lot of our games are freezing. Big Ten weather, as we like to call it. We experienced tornadoes and rain and snow. Actually, 2 weekends ago, we were playing a game and it started snowing out of nowhere. But it was fine. We made it through. We won. But it's definitely a change. And then
Yeah,
coming back, like, oh my gosh, last summer when I came back and it's like 105 degrees for 2 weeks
Every day.
straight. Yeah, that was definitely a little humbling to say the least, but it's great. I'm getting all the seasons, so I'll take it.
yeah, that sounds like a lot of extremes that you're getting. I have a brother who plays baseball in the Big Ten. And so I know that they travel a lot up front in the
Mhm.
season for warmer weather. Do you guys kind of do the same?
Yes, so to start off the season, we opened at LSU, and then I'm trying to think where else did we go? Oh, we went to Auburn and then Western Kentucky and Louisville. So like we don't play at our field till I don't think we played here till middle of March maybe. Like we definitely go down south to start it off and then kind of work our way back up as it gets a little bit warmer.
Yeah. This is actually, it's literally another travel question, but I didn't really mean for that to happen. So, with the conference expansion a couple years ago,
Mhm.
how has that impacted your kind of day to day as a student athlete, having to travel out west,
Yeah.
every season or
So
every other season?
last year we went and played at Oregon and that was one of the most like bizarre trips ever. One of my favorite ones just because like I've never been to Oregon, like was I mean they're really good. Like it was fun just getting to play them. But no, I will say that the flights getting there and getting back were definitely a little rough. We ended up flying like a red eye one night, so we like left and like the time changed too. Like we ended up landing back in Chicago at like 6 in the morning, and we had like started traveling at like 6 p.m. the day before. So like that was rough, but it was still really fun. Like I've never experienced anything like that. I don't know if I'll ever experience anything like that again, but I mean, it was a great trip. And then obviously, like, it's Oregon, like, it's beautiful. This year we have UCLA that comes to us. So I'm thinking next year, because Washington came to us last year. So I'm thinking next year we'll go to Washington, which I'm really looking forward to if that's the case. But I would say with the new expansion, like, I'm extremely excited to like get to go out west because I've never been to California, I've never been to Washington. I just went to Oregon. So that's really exciting. And I would say even just like we went and played at Rutgers, which was in New York. Like I've never been there either, or New Jersey, I guess. But like we got to go to New York, which was nice. Like, but yeah, no. The travel is it's crazy.
Yeah, it seems definitely intense, especially because you guys have so many games. But that's really all I have. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I'm Gladys and I'm on track team.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm from Kenya. So like how do you manage your academics and like sports? Because sometimes, it's kind of like hard, like traveling,
yeah.
doing the schoolwork and everything. How did you do that?
I would say I really take pride in my academics, which is a little bit of a new thing for me. High school was never really my thing, but
Mm.
I've definitely focused on it a lot this year. And I would say, anytime I'm on the bus, because like, I mean, most of the time, like we have to like bus to the airport, which is like 2 hours, and then depending on where we go, like this past weekend we went to Michigan State, which was a 5 hour bus ride. I will knock out as much as I can on the bus, just so like I'm not having to really play catch up. My professors are also extremely understanding. One of my classes, I have a Zoom that I have to join on Fridays, and most of the time I can't join it. So I've like worked with him to like find an alternative assignment for me. But like I'd say my professors are extremely understanding, which is nice. Like they kind of know like how my schedule is like extremely hectic and like they don't want to like make it worse. So they're very good with that. And I mean I have an academic advisor through my sport, which is really nice. Like she'll constantly be sending out reminders of things. I have her check my grades every week just to make sure like I'm looking good for the next like the following week or that coming up week just to like make sure like there's nothing that I missed or like if I have something big coming up, she'll just kind of remind me, make sure like, hey, this is the deadline. Like I know you have this, this, and this, but you need to get this done.
Okay. Like when you travel, like I don't know where you travel, but like traveling and then coming back. Sometimes, like me, I travel sometimes, and like I might get home like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I
Yes.
have class on Monday morning. How
hmm
do you manage like going to class and like getting the recovery?
hmm Um,
Mhm.
for me, I'm a little bit lucky. So Mondays are our off days, and I don't have any class on Mondays. I have class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I get kind of lucky. So Monday, like I really focus on my recovery. Like that's when I go and like see our trainer for treatment or, just kind of like go to the training room to do whatever it is that I need to do, which is nice. But yeah, like there are times where we get back at 2 a.m., which is rough,
Yes.
for like a long weekend, but it's kind of nice to have like that reset day.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Personally, I was going to ask your favorite jersey combinations because I know y'all have some pretty bright jerseys there.
Well, I like our all blue,
Okay.
That
but
one is nice. I have seen that one.
yeah, that's probably my favorite one. Or I like white with like blue belt, blue socks.
Mm, yeah.
But all blue, that's my
If
favorite
if
one.
you wear a sleeve, are you someone that has to match the sleeve to the jersey?
It depends because we all have to match. So like
Okay.
sometimes like it'll match with the jersey, sometimes it'll match with the belt. It just depends. But I'm not a big sleeve person. I don't unfortunately I have to wear them here because it's freezing, but I'm not a big sleeve person.
So, do you have any advice to any high school softball players that are thinking about playing at the next level and just that whole recruiting process? Because it is crazy.
Yeah, I would just say like stay true to yourself. I mean, you know yourself better than anyone. And just like really be there in the moment. I it's crazy to think that I'm already in my sophomore year and like I only have like a month left of it and then I'm gonna be an upperclassman. Like it's just like crazy. Like time really does fly, especially like being a student athlete. So I just like really be in the moment. Don't really take anything for granted. Like and also like really focus on your connections with people because at the end of the day, like the friendships that you make during the sport are gonna go way further than, the catch that you made or the hit that you had. Like it's just more
Hmm.
than, how you actually play the game.
Oh, for sure. I don't remember anything about softball besides you guys.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have for you. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, this was fun.
Yes, of course. Thank you for
Yeah, thank
having
you.
me.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So in class today, we talked a lot about the Paralympics and Paralympic sports. So I'd like to open up the floor to anyone who wants to get us started.
Yeah, my biggest thing is Declan Farmer. Like that guy is just insane. I don't know if you guys don't know, he's the all-time leading scorer in Paralympic hockey for like every nation, I believe. I don't think it's just the US. He has 58 total points in the Olympics. And it's literally like the US Paralympic team was just blowing out every team. Like it wasn't even close. It was just points on points on points. It was insane. I didn't really follow a lot other than like I followed the skiing and stuff for the Paralympics, but I kept getting notifications after notifications and it was just utter dominance from the hockey team. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, I saw that. They just scored a bunch.
Yeah, literally I think it was the first time I think the Team USA has won hockey in like all three levels, like the women's, the men's, and the Paralympics. It
I
was
did see
nuts.
that. Everyone was winning.
Yeah, I mean, I can go. I actually just watched the movie we were talking about in class, Murderball, because me and Sam had a meeting at like 12 o'clock, and he was like, "Actually, that is a good movie, and you should watch it." 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. It's pretty good. Um, I liked it because there was this guy that used to play for the U.S. national team, and then the U.S. national team said, "Hey, we don't want you to play for us anymore. We don't think you're good enough." And he basically said, "F you guys, I'm going up north. I'm going to Team Canada." And then he played and coached Team Canada and like killed the US like every single time they played him for like 4 years. So I mean, Joe Sorcy, I think his name is. He proved him wrong. He's like a super genius in it's about wheelchair rugby. So, and they just like bash into each other. They go for each other's skulls. There's some
Mhm.
crazy people like in that documentary too. Like they actually just want to like hit someone with a wheelchair and just like fully go for them.
That's
Okay, now I need
insane.
to watch the movie. I've seen the trailer a few times in different classes, but now I need to watch the full thing now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it because they even go into like deep detail about like how the athlete got into this situation. There's like three main like athlete stories that you follow throughout. It's like one from Canada, one from the US, and then it's one of the coaches, I think, from the US team that they follow as well. It's super cool though. That Murderball's great.
Didn't need to add that to the watch list. Gotta watch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds intense. Some intense rivalry going on.
Oh yeah. Canada US because it was made in like 2005 too, so it was like stuff about like 2004 and 2000 games. I have no idea how they're doing now. I didn't check after the movie. I hope wheelchair rugby's killing it though. Yeah. Okay. So we are also the only school in the nation to have a Clemson Paralympic soccer team. And I've been doing a lot of like work with them. I've been doing podcasts with them. I've been doing articles with them. And I mean the people on that team are just super cool. For anyone who hasn't been to a game, you should definitely go. There's one, I think, April 29th, and Shay Hammond, basically like the leader
Where?
of the Paralympic program. It's at Rigsfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it's on the 29th. If not, I'll say a little something at the end of the video that's like, hey, it's actually on this date, and I'll just edit it there. But no, really cool people, and they're all just like really cool, and they like really help out a lot with like podcasts and anyone who's like trying to cover their field as well. So if anyone at home needs like some articles to write or some sports coverage for like their like website, definitely reach out to them because they're always looking for like people to cover their stuff. And they're also really good too. I mean, most of them play for the United States national team too, which we actually just won gold on the international level. We beat Brazil in Rio, I think it was the Olympics. I think it was Rio. I could be wrong though. And I think we actually played Argentina in the finals, but that was pretty cool. Shay Hammond's one of my close friends now. We actually go to the gym together like most days. And I met him through like interviewing him through the Paralympic team. So just a lot of cool people you'll meet. Like if you ever talk to any of our Clemson Paralympic guys on campus, just very super cool group of people that just care about like sports so much. And yeah, it's just a sick group for sure.
So that's crazy because I didn't even know we had a Paralympic soccer team.
I didn't either.
Yeah, me neither. And
It,
it seems like, yeah, something that we could totally, I don't know,
We should definitely
advertise.
market that more.
Yeah.
it's so like under that's why I wanted to go into the field. It's so like under advertised, but we're like good. Like
Right.
a good team with like these international athletes who start for like the national team. And it's like, hey, like we need some spotlight a little bit on this, even if it's just like,
For sure.
hey, international athlete does this and podcast, boom. Like I feel like it's just so easy and so it'll get clicks too. I feel like it's an
Yeah.
untapped field for sure.
I don't know, but like being an international student is sometimes it's hard sometimes, you know? Like so like the way she was talking about like NIL for me for now I'm trying to get like NIL and something, but like being international is like you have to follow some rules like there's stuff you can do and there's stuff you can, you know? Like it's I mean it's good because like we are getting scholarship, but at the same time it's hard for me. I'm a national champion, but I don't have NIL, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, it's okay, so long as like I'm getting scholarship, I'm going to school, that's fine. But it's not like you're gonna
Here's
say,
some
oh,
NIL. Come on now.
I need NIL. I mean, you're
You
gonna say,
deserve
yeah, I
it.
need
You're out here
NIL, but
breaking
like,
records left and right.
yeah, but like you have to understand, like you are international, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Gladys,
so
I have a track and field person in my I don't know their name, but they're in my sports tourism class. And I don't know if you know more about this, but I heard like scholarships recently got like increased for the track and field program for both
Mhm.
men's and women's. If you want to like expand on that a little bit.
ah, I mean, it depends with the school. Like, so
Mhm.
like for me, like okay, I have friends from Kenya, but like they're in different schools, but their scholarship are like they are lower than me. So like when getting your refund every month, you're gonna get like different from other people. So like for Clemson, because you know Clemson is here. So but other schools they are getting less money. It depends with the school. And I mean sometimes the school is like, I don't know, but like if you're performing well, some schools gonna add your scholarship up.
Mhm.
But for me in Clemson, no, I don't have. So yeah. Yeah, but it depends with the school.
Okay.
Yeah. And like Oregon. I
Yep.
think they have NIL for the school. Like if you are international, you will get the NIL from school.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah,
Gladys, I've always
Oregon.
wondered, I've never asked you, how is your recruiting process? Feel like we
Huh?
split. How is your recruiting process? I think we're flipping interviewing you now. How is your recruiting process?
Like for now, like my Instagram now, I can't even reply any message for now. It's from up, down. Like everyone needs to interview. And I'm like, I just gonna reply for like two people today, next day, like that. Because I can't do the all like everyone is like, what time are you free? What time? I'm like, I'm in school.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
All right, that's gonna wrap up not just today's episode, but our final episode here on Death Valley Digital. We want to thank Taylor again for coming on. It was a lot of fun just to have her a part of this one. And to everyone who's listened along the way, thank you so much. This has been such a cool experience, and we really appreciate all the support. This has been Death Valley Digital. Thank you for listening, and we won't see you next time.
Bye forever.